Welcome back, dear viewers, to another viewer. Summer is here in full force. We have a heat wave going on here in SoCal, and being unemployed, freelance, I've just been playing in the middle of the day, in the middle of the week. We got another 95-degree beater of a match today against Captain f***ing America, bro. Seriously, the dude was built like an Adonis. Solid, thick, tight. Truly the most in-shape guy I've played then and since. One of those dude who never eats carbs or glutens or, whatever that kind of stuff is. I don't know his exact diet, but boy, he was in shape. I just can't get over it. He runs ultra marathons, and that's not an exaggeration. He actually told me that. I consider myself to be in pretty good shape, especially compared to myself when I was in high school and before getting to this shape a couple years ago. But he really put me in my place. I like to grind out long points and particularly attack the backhand, and seeing that he has a one-hander, I really try to abuse it. I will say though, the mental side of tennis still gets you. His aggressive positioning in my second serve really threw me off. It's crazy how something as simple as standing a little close to the service line can really throw off the serve. As I mentioned in the last video, I had been mainly working on that backhand finish, and it is improving a bit, but old habits are really hard to kick, especially in match setting. I include a lot of my own unforced errors in these videos so that you can see the pattern that I am seeing. Recording your matches can seriously help you identify consistent mistakes and pattern in your game that you might not otherwise even know about. Not everyone can afford a coach, and even then, they're not always there to watch all your matches all the time. You might be able to play stupendous in front of them, because you're in the zone, you got their motivation and everything, but in a match, who knows, your non-dominant arm might not fully pull across when you go for that forehand, and you're not going to notice it because your mind is going to be so in the middle of a point. your thoughts on how you would approach a guy like this if you were facing him. And honestly, this goes for all my matches in the future. Give some feedback on how you would have formulated a game plan based on your or my playstyle. It'll be cool to learn more about that kind of stuff, because that's the stuff I'm also lacking quite a bit in. Just pattern recognition and game planning and understanding different play styles. I'm only noticing how my opponent plays after when I'm watching the match footage, when it's honestly too late. Like, I never realized that this guy was basically a moonballer. Anyways, during the match, I stupidly offered Mr. Adonis some dates after our second set. That's another Coach Nick tip, by the way. Dried pitted medjool dates are godsend on the courts. It's pretty cool to actually be able to feel the effects of what you put in your body. Another big part I like to invest a lot of time in is nutrition. I'm totally ready to chill out for some factor meals or ready fresh or what do you call it, or any of those meal plans. Like, seriously. Aren't you guys curious about how the different types of diets can affect some random amateur tennis player on YouTube? Would keto actually help endurance and performance at this level? Would sticking with the tried and true carb loading before a match, a la the Michael Scott, just be the best approach? Or maybe the Novak green gluten hack method? I have been eating factor meals for a few months now thanks to the marketing of other YouTubers I follow. It's been great for having some control of my nutrition for someone who's lazy as fuck when it comes to meal prepping and such. Watching those UFC embedded vlogs back in the day, I was so jealous of those fighters who, despite cutting weight, had a professional nutritionist to cook them some dank meals that were still healthy and hit their macros and still tasted good. That last part is so important for me because the first two can be easy to do, to be honest. But the last one, that's what you're paying the big bucks for. Since then, I've always dreamed of having my own nutritionist to take care of one of the most important aspects to not only being an athlete, but just to be a freaking healthy human being. Factor is the closest thing I got to that. Dude, I'm not even sponsored by that and I'm already shelling out like a boss. So guys, hit me up. I am specifically interested in keto as an alternative diet for long-form endurance and mental clarity during a match. Comment, subscribe, and all that jazz if this interests your boat. Or if not, you know, like if you're not interested in this kind of stuff, that kind of data is also super helpful to know about. So just let me know what your thoughts, guys. No such thing as bad data. I truly believe if I was not in the shape that I currently was, i.e. if I was still in the shape that I was when I first played tennis, I'm not sure if I would have even finished this match. Anyways, we move on to the next opponent, just a couple days later, and thankfully it's nowhere near as hot as the last one. This next guy is a former squash and racquetball player. He's got that old school forehand motion, but dude, his backhand was a flat beast. It's the closest I'll ever get to feeling a smidgen of a Wawrinka backhand. In this Flex League, we have ratings between the main ones, so our opponent here stands at a 375. We have some really good rallies, but looking back at the footage, it's looking like I'm having a really hard time dealing with his weird flat shots. still got that level of foresight that allows me to pull off plays like these. I mentioned in my earlier videos that at this level, I'll be able to reliably guess where they'll hit a winner based on the highest percentage shot that I would hit in that position. And sometimes, it pays off well. Not enough to pull anything substantial off in the long run, and we get hit with our 4th loss in a row. This isn't the end of my losing streak either, by the way. My GoPro got loose early in the next match, and it thankfully saved me from having to show my first abysmal performance. Like, my first loss where I'm actually like, dude, what am I doing to myself? Why am I playing this game? These previous matches, I feel like I can still get my racket on the ball, get my formula to good plays, but these last couple of losses were just like, what is a forehand? I'm sure you guys all know that. Some days you can wake up feeling like you can't miss, and the very next day, or even in the very next game, you can't even hit the ball. So like I do have footage of my next match, but I was just losing confidence and just broke myself down easily and lost in straight sets. 5 losses in a row. At this point, I am feeling some feelings I haven't felt since high school, which is not really a feeling you ever want to feel past a certain age. I do have footage of my next match, but to be honest, I just don't want to show it. I'm a little embarrassed. This is the toxic relationship part about tennis I'm sure you can all relate to. This match, I don't know how to hit a forehand. I don't know how to hit a backhand, not that I knew how to do one before. My opponent, with all due respect to him, is someone I should not be losing to. This league has some long-time regulars, this guy being one of them, and one of my previous matches thought I would walk through this guy based on our match. But much like MMA math, tennis math does not add up with so many variables at play. I lose this one in straights again. I only need one more win to qualify for playoffs. I'm running out of time actually, we only have a couple weeks left. My desperation doesn't help either, because that just makes me more tight and more nervous, and my performance just continues to drop. I was never the strongest mentally when it came to tennis. I've lost many 5-0 leads in the past, and only now I'm realizing as an adult how important the mental side of tennis can be. The moments in between the points are just as important as the rallies. I certainly have a lot to learn in that realm. Something my coach never really introduced me to whatsoever. Like, seriously, was it so hard to teach a kid some basic shot selection? Tell them to not just watch highlights on YouTube before practice and think they could sling winners like Federer? Anyways, I digress. If y'all have any suggestions on how one can improve on that aspect of the game without utilizing coach, please share in the comments. I am going to be relying on you guys to help me out on some of the deficiencies in my game because I do not have a coach and don't think I'll ever be able to afford one. One thing that helps a content creator out nowadays with the algorithm is if you watch another one of their videos back to back. That lets the algorithm know that you're hooked on your kind of binging, and that just really helps everybody out on both ends. So check out maybe one of these videos in the past. I've got to figure out a better upload schedule, working out the whole seasons and episode and off-season time and everything, and yeah, it's all going to be a work in progress, all going to be a learning progress, and you guys are going to be part of that progress as well. So hopefully I see you guys in the next one. If not, I'll probably see you never.